Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is Nell of girlsaplenty.com here with another video. I actually did not even plan to film anything today, but I wore these earrings and I thought that they were cute and so many people gave me compliments. So I was like, let me get on here and show the girls what I am wearing. Outside of that, I bought a few pair of earrings from this creator, so I thought about why not do a rundown of all of the earring purchases that I've made over the last couple of weeks. If you think these are cute, join me as I show you the other items that I've gotten. All of the earrings that I'm about to show you are from Michelle, who is the founder and owner of House of Mimi. I'm going to put her information on her Instagram right here so that you can actually see who she is. But I don't know if you look at any of my other videos, I normally and typically don't wear earrings, but for some reason, her earrings always resonate with me and I always feel inclined to wear them. I'm going to take you through a brief tour of the earrings that I've purchased through her. You've seen these earrings, but I kind of want you to get a close up of these earrings so that you can see. Look at that. First of all, I think I'm in love with like this acrylic type of earring. I like acrylic and I like brass, but I love her because her designs are always very whimsical. And they usually encompass or include the color ways that I actually like. If you all don't know, red, black, and green is one of my favorite color combinations. Yes, the colors of the Pan-African flag. But look at that. I love these. And there's another plus. These earrings are actually light. So Mimi usually sells through her website, or sometimes she'll do live sales or story sales on her Instagram. But I was on Instagram and I received a message saying that she was going to be selling for the first time on Whatnot. Have you all been on Whatnot yet? I've been on it once or twice and I really didn't like it. But she did her sale. Y'all, it was amazing. She's just a natural at selling things and her branding is so amazing. And she just does, somebody who just does everything right. She's that person. Everything looks good. I've been actually knowing her maybe since like 2010, 2013, sometime around then, because she used to be a vendor at a lot of pop-ups. And if you all don't know, I used to do a lot of pop-up shops. I used to sell plus size vintage and I would sell things and she would happen to be a vendor. So that's how we first kind of struck up a relationship. But look at these. She had her first auction on Whatnot and I bid on these earrings. Y'all, it was difficult for me to actually purchase this because there were a lot of people who wanted these earrings. In my most favorite colorway, black and white, y'all, these look heavy. They're super light. Imagine this if you have on an off-the-shoulder gown or in the summertime with just like a summer dress. This is going to be so cute. Again, this black and white goes with everything. So this is the second pair that I purchased. Look at that. I love this kind of like fuchsia and green. And I don't know if this is pink or orange, but the transparency makes it so that I can wear this with a lot of different things. Let's try them on. Oh, these look cute with what I have on too. But I love when I get her earrings because I start to think perhaps it's not that I don't like earrings. Perhaps it's just that I have to find the right earrings to wear. Also, let me say this, because I wear glasses, sometimes I think that it can be a lot. Now, I'm more inclined to wear earrings in the summertime because usually I'm wearing less clothes. But in the winter, glasses, a hat, earrings, a coat, it becomes too much for me. But summer really is the season that if I decide to wear earrings, I'll actually do it. But look at these. Y'all, with the pink lip like this, That's cute. I don't know what I'm going to wear with, but like these kind of earrings, you don't have to match them to what you're wearing. You can wear this with anything. And denim looks good with everything, right? And it matches everything. But these are too cute. I'm going to show you all another pair of hers that I have in the black and white colorway. Baby. I didn't get this in her whatnot auction. I already had these, but how cute are these? Listen, even though it's in black and white, you already know this is a strong black woman. You already know that this is the image of a strong black woman. Don't ask me how I know, because you know too. Y'all, anything. Ooh, was that my stomach? Come on, I gotta do better. I gotta eat before I make these videos. Look how cute these are. I've worn these multiple times. I love these with almost everything in my closet. But when I'm wearing a crisp white shirt, a nice black turtleneck, you could not tell me anything. You can't tell me nothing. But look at that with this red lip. I'm going to show you another pair. Actually, I'm not going to even try these on. The green and red pair, I actually have them in this fuchsia and orange colorway. I thought that this would look amazing with yellow and also green. So I got these in the two different colorways. Am I excessive? Yes. Do you all already know that about me? If not, now you know. I'm that person that sometimes if I like something, I'm going to buy multiple colorways and nobody can stop me. So, and I got to show you this last pair that I got, also black and white, but different. I can't wait to wear these to work and have somebody tell me that these are inappropriate for work. And I asked them, how can a silhouette, how can a silhouette be inappropriate? But I digress. Black and white still, right? Again, my same but different. Like, y'all already know if you wear something like this out that everybody's gonna be saying, oh my God, where'd you get your earrings from? House of Mimi. That's where I got these from. I'm so excited to, you know what? These would look great on somebody like on the Met Gala blue carpet. This is the kind of stuff I wanted to see. I wanted to see something that was uniquely black. Black people, we've been doing these things. Where were the earrings? Everything doesn't have to be fine jewelry. If you only wear fine jewelry, expand your palette, expand your taste, step outside of that. Because think about this, if you just have on the most basic of outfits, an earring like this is sometimes what you need to help to give that outfit some oomph. What about if I mix this up a little bit? What if I wear that black and white one? You ever do something and be like, babe, I'm sorry, who? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Oh, I feel like every time I wear cute earrings, I am hard of hearing things. Bye, y'all. It's Nell again. I'm here because I have to address something. But before I address that, I want to say something. Y'all, I haven't had long hair in a while, so when I put this scarf on, instinctually, I started think this is my hair. This is my hair. I was actually looking at a lot of different braid styles the last couple of weeks. I might actually grow my hair out just so I can get some braids. Not even like individuals or like long hanging braids. I want some cornrows. I see some cornrows in my future. So stay tuned for that. All right, back to the reason that I'm here. First of all, I want to talk a little bit about my YouTube journey. It has not been rocky, but it has not been easy. I tell all of my friends that I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a while, but one of the things that always deterred me was because I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. And also I would always think that, I don't have the right equipment. I do have the right equipment. I remember one day I went to a photo store and the sales associate there told me, he said, stop chasing dragons. He said, you have a DSLR. He said, you also have a vlogging camera. I've had this DJI Osmos 2 for a couple of years. I have everything that I need. And those things that I don't have, I can get them later. So when my DJI Osmo started malfunctioning this morning, guess what I did? Put it down. Right now I'm filming on my iPhone 14 Pro Max because I have to get this out of my head and into the world. If you're waiting to start something, just do it. I don't even like start now and perfect later. Just do it. Do whatever you need to do to be creative. You all probably see this wonderful clothing rack full of clothes. That is the reason that I'm here. There's a lot of conversation online about the lack of clothing options for people. More specifically, the plus size community has said that nobody cares about body positivity or size inclusivity anymore. And as a consequence, there are fewer and fewer clothing options for plus size women. So today, I'm going to be showing you some of the beautiful items that I have gotten at online secondhand and consignment shops. And I'm going to be taking you through the 3 websites that I use the most. The shops that I have had the most success with in shopping secondhand are ThredUp. Listen, if you are a plus size woman, you need to be shopping ThredUp. Secondly, Poshmark. Poshmark is an oldie but goodie, but still so many finds there. And last but not least, I am going to show you all some of the designer items that I have gotten from the RealReal. Let's start with the finds that I've gotten from ThredUp. I only started shopping ThredUp a couple of years ago in 2023. I was browsing ThredUp, just looking for some things. The reason why I never really shopped ThredUp, I was always overwhelmed. They are the largest online thrift platform. When I tell you that they have millions and millions of pieces and they get thousands and thousands of pieces daily. I'm a shopper, but I do not want to scroll through millions and millions of pieces online. But I made a discovery in 2023, and ever since then, I've been shopping them monthly to find great items. What I did, instead of looking through everything that was my size, I started to be intentional about the brands that I actually wear in my real life and just going there to see if I can source them online. All right, y'all, let's start with my ThredUp collection. What you're going to notice that is a lot of the items that I have from ThredUp are from Adidas and plus size retailer Eloquy. Those are 2 of my favorite brands, and so I like to shop for them most of the time just by those brands. But let's start with these. Y'all, These are from Eloquy. When I purchased these were brand new with tags. But please tell me, where can you get a silver metallic cargo faux leather pant from? Now, Eloquy had these last year, but I'm not shopping daily. So there are going to be some things that I miss. And so, even though people may not be wearing metallic as much, this is something that is a part of my personal style. So when I found these, let me get closer. Do you all see like this reptilian embossing? A cargo pocket, silver faux leather. Y'all, these are quality, so thick. The construction is amazing from ThredUp for a fraction of the cost. Brand new with tags when I bought this. So this is one of the finds that I've gotten from them. Next up, I gotta get close for this too. Y'all, not a sequin, tan color, camo, wide leg pant. Y'all, I have the matching blazer for these. I have a matching blazer. Y'all, it's a suit. Y'all, this is a suit. I have the blazer and I have, actually, where is the blazer? I have the blazer and the pants. I've only worn the blazer once, but I've worn these multiple times. And they've had this so many times on ThredUp that I actually was able to purchase this for another client of mine. She's a performer and she wore this at one of her shows. And I know exactly what it is. This is one of those outfits that you have to have a certain level of confidence to wear this out. And I know exactly why ThredUp has so many of these items brand new with tags. Somebody bought this on a whim. It was an impulse buy. And when they actually received this item, they were like, I'm never going to wear this. And so they wanted to get some money back for it. So they sent it to ThredUp. Let's keep going with some of the things that I've gotten from ThredUp. Y'all gonna gag. Y'all, a sporty and rich Adidas track pullover top. The tags were still on this when I purchased it. I purchased this for, I want to say about $55 was the price online, but I also had some rewards and there was a coupon code. So I wound up paying like 30 some dollars for this. Brand new with tags. Who is thrifting this stuff? Who is sending this to ThredUp? But I was able to wear this, and if you actually look at the video that's playing, you'll see how I style this. I love to put this and make this kind of more preppy. I wore this with, for the first time, with just a navy blue matching pleated skirt, some jeans under it, and my Adidas times Gucci loafers. Cute. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's keep it in the Adidas family. Y'all, this is from the collaboration with Adidas times J. Crew. This came out a couple of years ago. This is an Adidas dress. The quality is amazing. Look at the ruffles here. I purchased this from ThredUp. Brand new with tags. I've already worn this 4 times. I wore this dress with over the knee boots. I wore this dress with pants underneath it. And I've worn it just with some cute Adidas socks and my silver Sambas, the Wells Bonners one. Brand new. Brand new with tags. On a dress that I tried to score when the collection first came out, and I was unable to because it sold out that quickly. Next up are these Eloquy collector's pants. If you are a plus size woman and you shop Eloquy, every year they always come out with Eloquy collectors collection, I'm going to call it, of things that I think are very special. If you don't, Make sure that you shop that collection because the pieces there are exquisite. The production is amazing. I love these pants so much. I wrote about them on one of my recent blog posts. They don't look like a lot, but y'all, I want you to look at this here. These are high waist pair of pants that cup my breasts just so. I wrote about these pants because I said that I was always on the hunt for a black wide leg pant. And I've been collecting black wide leg pants, y'all, for the last 15 to 20 years. I promise you. When I found these pair last year, I haven't bought a pair of black wide leg pants ever again because guess what? Nothing can compare to these pants. Nothing can compare to these pants. These are the best black wide leg pants I have ever seen and may ever see in my entire life. That's not an overstatement. It's the truth. All right, on to the next. Since I'm showing pants, I wanted to keep with pants. You all may have seen these in a previous video, but these blue pinstripe pants, they're actually skirted pants. They actually have like a skirt in the back that kind of functions like a train. These are also from Eloquii. Where did I purchase these, you ask? Not from Eloquii because I don't ever remember seeing these on Eloquii. I don't know how old they are. I purchased these also from ThredUp. I love to wear these with a blue button-up shirt, a striped shirt. I've worn this with a t-shirt and a blazer. I'm going to wear these in the summer with like a cute little tank top. I've worn this with an off-the-shoulder top. Y'all, I love these pants. The cost was so minimal, like it should almost be a crime. But again, got these from my best friend, ThredUp. I love this top and I have the matching pants to go with this. I lost a little bit of weight and I was so upset that the size that I had no longer fit. Lo and behold, I went on ThredUp and I found both the top and the pants in a smaller size, brand new with tags. I had this outfit 2 years ago, but I'm so excited to wear this again this year because black and white is one of my favorite color combinations. And this is one of my favorite outfits that I've ever worn. I cannot wait to wear this with a cute little hat, going to picnics. This is perfect because it is so light and so thin, especially here in DC, y'all. It gets so hot and humid during the summer. I'm going to be wearing this to concerts, cookouts. This is going to serve me. I'm so happy that I was able to find this. This is a top that I actually purchased from ThredUp. This is from Target's Future Collective line. But I saw this and I was like, oh, this is a cute oversized top. And I love a pinstripe. And it said that it was cotton. It looked like it was good quality. But when I received this, I actually realized that this top is actually meant to be worn asymmetrically. I love to take this top. There's a button here on the side. Cinch my waist in, gather myself up in the back. So this top has been a mainstay in my wardrobe. Y'all, this top was so cheap. I don't know how much it cost when it originally came out of Target, but this is a top that I've been wearing for the last 2 years nonstop. I wear it in the winter, summer, fall, spring. So I have definitely got my money's worth out of this. Now I want to show you all some of the finds that I've gotten from Poshmark. I've been on Poshmark maybe a decade now. I used to be a real heavy Poshmark seller, not so much anymore because I'm selling clothes, on other platforms, but it is still one of the places that I go to shop things that perhaps have sold out in my size. I also use Poshmark to look for those items that stay in my head. You know, like you may have wanted something 5 years ago. You never were able to purchase it, but it stays in your mind. Yes, that's how I use Poshmark. But I want to show you some of the finds that I love and that will forever be in my wardrobe that I have gotten from Poshmark. This Nasty Gal blazer. First of all, I don't know what's going on with Nasty Gal now. I'm happy that I have a few forever pieces that will always stay in my wardrobe because I don't know what happened to them. Well, let me correct that or specify. I don't know what's happening with the plus size section or the plus size clothing. It's giving boohoo. Anyway, I was able to find this at Poshmark, brand new with tags. I already had this blazer dress with feathers at the bottom, but again, I needed it in a smaller size. I was reluctant to sell the larger size. But since I found this and was able to purchase this, I've already sold the larger size. Listen, and let me tell you something. I bought it brand new with tags almost at a third of the price that I actually paid for it from Nasty Gal. I know it was a couple of years ago, but so what? I've worn it as an actual blazer dress. I've worn it with pants, with jeans. I've actually paired it with shorts. But I love this. It's a little too heavy to wear this now, but when fall comes back around, I will definitely be wearing this again. This dress, when I first purchased this dress years ago from Poshmark, this is ASOS Curve. Kay was like, "Why do you have a prom dress? Why are you purchasing a prom dress?" I did not know how I was going to wear this, but I knew that I loved her and that she would be a forever find to put into my actual wardrobe. I've worn this, of course, over pants. I've worn this with over the knee boots. I've done a lot with this dress. I cannot wait for it to warm up a little bit more so that I can throw this on over a t-shirt dress, over a t-shirt, put a tank top under this. You all, when you see things, think about how this can work with your personal style. Well, I'm not a person who says, how can I wear this 3 different ways? Because I just want to be honest with you. Styling doesn't come to me like that. Again, I wrote about this too on my blog. I think anybody can think about wearing something 3 different ways. You can always put a t-shirt on under it. I could put a turtleneck under this. But to really, really style something up, it needs to sit in my closet for a little while. And I need to think about the things that I have in my closet that will pair well with an item that is going to be my style. Not just a style, my style. And for me, that just takes a little bit of time. I've had this for a few years and I have not stopped thinking about ways in which I can pair this with items that are already in my closet. Now, if I had to think about 3 different ways to style this while I was thinking about purchasing this from Poshmark, perhaps I would not have purchased it. So keep that in mind too as you are building your wardrobe and thinking about your personal style. I wish you all could see the construction of this dress. This is an actual satin twill. I got this from Poshmark. This is a plus size dress. This is from ASOS Edition. This is ASOS Curve. I've never seen this dress. And I think that if I would have seen this on the ASOS website, I would not have been interested. This dress, the quality is amazing. The construction, I don't know how they were able to construct this in a way that it poofs up and stands up on its own, but it does all the work. Now, this is a gem that perhaps I would have missed if I was looking for it on the ASOS website, but Poshmark did a girl right. ASOS Curve is another brand that I'm always looking for on both ThredUp and on Poshmark. Now, for me, ThredUp does not have as many options of ASOS Curve as Poshmark does. And so Poshmark is a place that when I go on there and I don't want to be overwhelmed, but I am looking for ASOS Curve gems, I just go ahead and put in ASOS Curve for the brand that I'm looking for and just scroll down to see all the options that they offer. I love this dress. I wanted to keep going with some of the items from the ASOS Curve brand that I've purchased. So these wide leg pants, y'all, I've worn these out. I've worn these with heels. I've worn it with flats. I've worn these with sneakers. I have definitely got my cost per wear from this. And this is the top that matches it. Honestly, I have not worn this yet. I haven't been intentional in my thinking about how to style this. I'm not a person who likes to dress very sexily. And when I tell you that when I put this on, the girls are out, I got to think about how to make this more me. But the pants and the top together were, I think, like $55. I never saw this set on ASOS Curve. Let me get closer so you all can see the detailing. First of all, it's a jacquard fabric. Y'all know that's my life. A brocade or jacquard, I love this. But if you look here at this jacquard, it is a thick jacquard fabric, but look at that gold detailing around that zebra stripe. And I love this because it's not black and white zebra, but it's a cream and like a brown with that gold. Whenever I wear this, I get so many compliments on this. But I've worn these a million times and plan to wear these a million more times. Again, ASOS Curve, and I got this from Poshmark. This is another top or another set that I got from ASOS Curve. The pants are actually in the cleaners to this set. You ever have something in your cart for so many months, so many weeks, contemplating, waiting for it to go down in price, and then one day you go and look in that cart and the item is sold? You're not mad at yourself. You're mad at everybody else for purchasing the item that you think is yours. That's what I did with this set. I kept saying, wait, I don't wear pink. Should I purchase this? I need the price to go down a little bit lower. And then one day I looked up and the entire set was gone. Poshmark to the rescue, y'all. Poshmark to the rescue. I've had this set a couple of years. I've worn this to a graduation. I've worn it for a birthday celebration. I've worn this for a girl's brunch. Y'all, this looks so beautiful on. The fabrication is very, very good. It's a linen mixed with cotton, and the draping on this arm is immaculate. Even though it is pink, because the pink stripe is so minimal, I don't have any issues with the pink. All right, on to the next one. All right, y'all. I wanted to show the last piece that I got. Not that I got, because I have a lot of pieces from Poshmark that actually come from ASOS Curve. But this is one of those special forever pieces for me. Look at her. Y'all, this was sold as a set on ASOS Curve when I initially saw her. And you know how you think about something I contemplated? I just didn't see how this can fit in with my style. Now, this was sold with a skirt. And I think seeing it with the skirt was the thing that kind of dissuaded me from purchasing this. But I saw this skirt and the top on Poshmark retailing for less than just the top alone. The entire set was less than what ASOS wanted for the actual, just the top by itself. So I purchased the top and the skirt. I sold the skirt, but I kept this. Again, in making something your style, making it fit into your wardrobe in a way that is personal to you. The first time I wore this with some khaki wide leg pants. That juxtaposition between this frilly, decidedly feminine top with like the everydayness of a khaki, chef's kiss. and a leopard booty. Y'all, I was so cute in this. Now, she sheds like crazy. I remember I wore this to a birthday dinner one time, and when I got up to go use the restroom, I had feathers everywhere, but I don't care. I don't care about things like that. Whatever it takes to get the look. Look at the sequin. Look at her up close. She is a beauty. All right, on to the next, y'all. I wanted to come on here and show you all this beautiful vintage blazer that I got from Poshmark. Now, honestly, Poshmark, I don't think is the best place to shop for vintage clothing. I actually prefer to use eBay for that. But this came across my feed on Poshmark, and the colors were so vibrant, so beautiful that I had to get it. You may not be able to see it in the video or in the camera, but this has like a very textured weave here, and the buttons are gorgeous. This is a plus size jacket. And how do you look for plus size clothing or especially vintage clothing on Poshmark? The only thing that I do, I don't stick to brands. I like to just go in and search for plus size vintage. And I don't even specify a size because plus size vintage runs much differently than the sizing that we have today. So I just do a plus size vintage, and then I just scroll through the things that I want. And then I like everything that I heart everything that I would like, and then I can go back and scroll through later. But again, this is from Poshmark. She is truly beautiful in person. I love skirts. The one thing that I don't want to pay a lot for is a summer skirt. Summer lasts about 2 to 3 months here in DC. And so one thing that I do every year is I start to look for summer skirts. This is a wrap ruffle skirt. It's a real wrap skirt, 100% cotton. This is from Eloquy. This skirt here is also from Eloquy. It is lace, this blue and white lace. This is a heavy skirt. But these two skirts I also got from Poshmark. Very, very affordable. Very affordable. I've had these about 2 years. I don't know when either one of these items were at Eloquy because I don't ever remember seeing them. I think that they are what we would consider now vintage Eloquy, like maybe 10 years ago. But yeah, these two skirts, I was able to get them from Poshmark, and I literally wear these every year. All right, the last of my Poshmark finds that I'm going to showcase here are these geometric printed harem pants from Jabri. If you are a plus size girl and you are into fashion, then you are probably familiar with Jabri. Jabri is an independent designer out of Atlanta who has been making beautifully crafted, fashion forward styles for plus size women for maybe about a decade. It may have been more, but I know I started shopping her about a decade ago. If you shop her, you know that her prices are expensive to a lot of people. If you shop on Poshmark, you can find some of her pieces that are secondhand for a fraction of the price that you will find on her website. But these harem pants are a thick ponte knit. I love when I wear these, and people always ask me, where did you get those? Where did you get those? And I'm able to tell them Jabri by way of Poshmark. And y'all, I did not pay a lot for these. And certainly not as much as I would have paid if I had purchased from her directly. Now, don't get me wrong. I have several pieces in my closet that I purchased from her directly. But I was happy to find these on Poshmark. Now, on to the RealReal. I love the RealReal. A lot of plus size people say, but they don't have plus size clothing. They do. In shopping the RealReal as a plus size woman, I think that the thing that you have to do is you have to reconsider the brands that you consider luxury or designer. Of course, everybody's going to be looking for like the Valentino. Everybody's looking for Loewe. People are looking for things like Celine. They don't have those clothing options in plus sizes. There may be some clothing options that may work for a plus size body, but they are not designing for a plus size woman. And so those are not the brands that I am looking for specifically. There are several luxury or designer brands that I look for specifically. I'm going to show you some of them. The first one, Lafayette 148. Lafayette 148. This brand is not a plus size brand, but I know that my mom used to wear this brand back in the day. Baby, this is my latest pickup. Do you see this? Y'all, do you see this coat? Do you see the metallic thread in this coat? And if you don't know this about me, I love a short sleeve coat. I love to be cold is what Kay tells me. I love a jacket that has a short sleeve. I just purchased this a couple of weeks ago. I have not had a time to wear it yet. You already know that when you wear something that you're going to be the belle of the ball. You already know when you wear something that nobody's going to be able to tell you nothing. I got to make sure I wear it with my friends because they're going to be hating on me and saying, girl, okay. I can't wait to wear this coat. She was a little bit more expensive, right? But still at an affordable price when you think about Lafayette 148 as a brand and how much things usually cost. Speaking of a short sleeve coat, this is an Escada coat. It is a satin. I like to call it a formal coat. I wear this coat all the time. Too much, actually. I'm actually thinking about putting her up just for a little bit because I feel like I'm going to wear her out. But I purchased this from the RealReal. Again, it was not specifically a plus size find. I took a chance and I purchased her. The great thing about the RealReal is that they have a generous return policy. If something is not final sale, you have 14 days to return this. I wore her the next day after I unopened the box for this. So she's going strong. I've had her maybe I think like 2 years and I still love her. I actually just wore her 2 days ago and people were still gagging over it, okay? So if you are a plus size woman who is into fashion, you need to know about Marina Rinaldi. It is a luxury plus size brand, sister to Max Mara. Now, even though I'm almost 50 years old, some of the clothing there still reads older to me, but it is all in your styling. I purchased this from the RealReal, y'all. It's a net short sleeve coat. I just want you all to envision all the ways that I'm going to wear this. I've worn it a couple of times already, but I've never had a chance to wear it in the summer. Y'all, this is going to be a bathing suit cover up for me. I'm throwing this over a slip dress. I'm going to just put on a cute little bustier with this and a high-waist pair of jeans. I'm going to wear this with a sundress. I'm going to wear this with a t-shirt and jeans. And in this beautiful brown color, next to this brown skin, what y'all gonna do with me when y'all see me in this? What y'all gonna do when y'all see me in this? So again, I've been the most successful shopping the RealReal when I go to those brands that I know cater specifically to plus size brands. And Marina Rinaldi is one of those brands at very, very discounted rates on the RealReal. So there's that. Next up is this J.W. Anderson jacket number that I purchased from the RealReal a couple of years ago. One thing that the RealReal does not do well, in my opinion, is their sizing. I swear that it's tack on any size that they want to. So don't be beholden by a size. Now, this was listed, I don't remember what size it was listed as. They also don't give good measurements. And also, you're not going to get the information that you need from their pictures. What you have to do is sometimes just take a chance. Take a chance, purchase the item, and return it if it doesn't work for you. I know that that can be annoying, it can be inconvenient, but as a plus size woman who is trying to build their wardrobe, that's something that we're going to have to do. Now, I didn't think that this would work for me. It said that it's a coat. This is not a coat. This is a top. It is very thin, but I love this top. I have worn this as a jacket. I've worn it as a tunic. I've even worn this with a dress, as a dress with over the knee boots. This is from, again, designer J.W. Anderson. Not a brand that I would typically think would fit my plus size body, but this fit me fine. So again, you have to rethink your mind when you're shopping luxury and designer. If you follow my TikTok or you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this before. This dress is by Batsheva and Laura Ashley. I know you are two what I consider very conservative, modest brands got together and did a collaboration. But when I saw this on a RealReal, the thing that drew me to this was, again, juxtaposition. Look at this neon fabric juxtaposed to this, what I know is a Laura Ashley fabric. But the way that they were able to combine these two, this neon with this traditional floral fabric, I had to have this. This is perhaps my most complimented piece of clothing in my wardrobe. Y'all, I promise you, when I wear this, people go crazy. People go crazy for this dress. And so I've worn this a lot of different ways. But again, be open and be willing to take a chance and be willing to return something if it does not suit you. Especially at some of these prices on the RealReal. You can't play with them. If I get something and I open it and it doesn't work for me, I'm taking it back the next day. The next day. I don't even play with them. So this is another find from the RealReal. Not plus size, but it fits me fine. All right, this is another find that I purchased from the RealReal. It's from the brand Rihanna and Nene. I had never heard of that brand, but I knew that the loose fit of this would fit me fine. But I was obsessed with what I consider like this tribal design here. Now, after exploring and learning out more about this brand, it seemed like they're more like almost like a loungewear brand, but I don't care. Some people say this looks like a house dress. I still don't care. I wear this dress out. I've worn this dress with pants. I've worn this as like just like a little throw-on loungewear dress, like at a resort. I love this. Y'all, the construction is impeccable. A lot of times I think we look at something and be like, I wouldn't pay that much for the dress. Until you actually buy the garment and you feel it and you compare it to something that like you might get from a Zara, and then you're like, I get it. I get it. I've had this dress for a few years. This will always be in my wardrobe. I will always wear this. And it is so forgiving. So I can go up and down in size and in weight, and I'll still be able to fit this. After looking up this brand online, they're charging thousands of dollars for these kind of dresses. So I was happy that I was able to snag this one at the price that I was able to snag it at. And when I purchased it, it was brand new with tags. It came to me with tags. I love this. You may have seen this skirt before. I bought this skirt a few years ago from Tanya Taylor, but I lost some weight and I wanted a smaller size. Before I would commit to selling mine, though, I had to make sure I found this. I have never seen this anywhere for resale until one day I was on the RealReal and it was in my size. Now, Tanya Taylor is one of those, I like to say, contemporary designers, like in mid-range prices, not quite luxury or designer, but also not like fast fashion or high street, right? So she's another brand or another designer that I look for specifically when looking up brands on the RealReal. I've been able to get some amazing pieces from her. Who doesn't need a metallic pink, three-tiered, layered skirt, pleated all the way around? Who does not need that is the question, not who needs it. And I was able to get it on the RealReal. Again, if you're a plus size, you have to rethink who your designers are. And again, search for those designers who are making clothes specifically for us. Right? All right. All right, y'all. I'm almost done. I got a couple more pieces left. If you didn't know, this is a Mara Hoffman bustier bra top. Can you imagine when I put this on? I look good in this and I don't even have it on. Just putting it up to me, I already know that there's going to be a lot of commotion with this. Now, don't ask me how I'm going to make sure that my breasts stay lifted, but I'm going to make sure that they stay lifted. There's a strapless bra out here calling my name that wants to be worn with this. Mara Hoffman went out of business, or she stopped selling clothes, I want to say last year. And I don't know if she actually took her leftover inventory and gave it to the RealReal, or if people were pressed to perhaps sell because there was a lot of demand for her pieces because she was going out of sale. But there were so many pieces of Mara Hoffman on the RealReal. And if you've never shopped Mara Hoffman before, please know that you pay a pretty penny for her pieces. And something like this, even though it was not cheap on the RealReal, it was way cheaper than I would have paid if I paid full price for this. I did not receive this brand new with tags, but I don't know if this has been worn. It looks brand new to me, which is another thing with the RealReal. A little bit of advice. The pictures provide a better description of the shape of an actual item. For example, sometimes you'll see them describe a shoe as being worn, or they'll describe it as being good, and the description will say where it soles. And then you'll look at the actual picture of the shoes, and the shoes and the sole have not one mark on them. So use your pictures too when shopping secondhand. That's another tip for you. I got to show you something else that's going to blow your mind even more. Yes, after purchasing that top that I just showed you, I found the dress. This dress is by Mara Hoffman. It is a 2X because Mara Hoffman makes clothes, or she did make clothes specifically for plus size women. So she's a brand that I always look for specifically on the RealReal. But guess what? Still with tags, baby. I wanted this dress when it originally came out. I kept waiting for it to go on sale because if I'm not mistaken, this dress was either almost $900 or it was $1,000 on Mara Hoffman. I can't remember, but I got this for a fraction of the price on the RealReal. Y'all, those were some of my favorite pieces that I've gotten by shopping secondhand or consignment online. I want to sum this up by giving you all a couple of tips. I want to give you all one tip that can help you and guide you as you shop these secondhand and consignment platforms online. ThredUp is the largest online thrift website. They have millions of pieces of clothes so that you are not overwhelmed, so that you don't get discouraged, so that you can find items that you're actually interested in. My recommendation and suggestion is for you to shop specifically those brands that you love. For me, when I go to ThredUp, the two brands that I am looking for the most are Eloquii and Adidas. I kind of stay in my lane there. I don't have time to be just perusing. I know what I like. I am always able to get amazing pieces of clothing from those two brands from ThredUp. As for Poshmark, I personally use them as a place to find items that I should have purchased, items that someone stole out of my online cart, and to find items that perhaps were sold out before I was able to get my hands on them. That is the place that you go to look for things that perhaps you forgot about. There's something from 2 years ago that you still regret not being able to purchase. Poshmark is the site to go to find those kind of things. All right, y'all, that's all for today. And I want to thank you to everybody who is subscribed to my channel. Y'all, and I am almost up to 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers. I started at 0. 100 subscribers is a lot for me. I do not take you all's active participation lightly. If you have any questions about shopping any of these online platforms, please leave it in the comments below. If you like this channel and you have friends who you think would like this channel too, please share it with them. And also don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you all next week. All right, y'all. Have an amazing rest of your day. I got to go because I got to do my hair. Bye.